Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today is May 30th, 2023, Tuesday. This is a very important call from Blockchain Kojo and Sassy. They're going to talk about the most updated information in fintoch, because as you may know, FTC is going to be launched tomorrow or June 1st. And then there's a lot of changes and then a lot of new features coming up. They're going to talk about this. We had over 2 hours Zoom call last night, so I guess they're going to talk about the summary of the last night call. I just want to remind all of you before we start, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice, and I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not just a YouTube. I'm just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking out that crypto in many different platforms. Nothing more and nothing less. Now, if you like this content, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to get updated and notified about everything going on here on my channel called Passive Income Platforms, please hit the notification bell as well. Always remember to invest as much as you can afford to lose. As a disclaimer again, nothing on this channel is a financial advice, nor the legal advice. It's just for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just showing you my journey in different platforms. Please stay tuned. This is a very important call. fintoch is by far one of my favorite platforms. It used to be in lending decentralized wallet, but they revamped entire system. They're coming up with their own blockchain called FTC, and many features coming up as of June 1st. You could be not a shareholder of the company, but you could participate in having a note. Any gas fees you could be part of. Basically, you could earn on the gas fees, and it could be potentially millions or billions of dollars in a day for the company. So you could get a piece of it. So again, by all means, this is not a financial advice. Just please make sure you do your own due diligence before you put your hard-earned money in any platforms. I'm just showing you my journey here. Let's see what these officials saying about it. I really respect Blockchain Kojo. He is very well educated in blockchain, and he knows what he's talking about. And he is pretty, a good leader, taking the leadership in fintoch. And he has a very good team. Whenever I ask a question, he is responding my questions, and he's very well taking care of the team members. Okay, let me just stop here and share the screen to see what they are talking about. It's a very important call. Please stay tuned. Please make sure you take your note as he speaks.
Location was not bright enough, but this should be bright enough. So thank you all for coming on. Thank you, everyone. We are glad to be here. This is 30th of May. And as we all know, 1st June is around the corner. So I believe everyone that is on here is trying to get just some clarity, some positioning of understanding what they're basically supposed to do. What are the main steps to get started? What are the main steps to basically get reunited with your team, with the binding? So we're going to discuss all these things, just making sure everyone is currently on at the moment. Okay, great. So Sarah Julian is on. And yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get started. There's a few things that we're gonna start with, and I'll let Sarah Julian start with the announcements. Yes, recording will be done. I'm gonna start the recording soon. So basically, we're gonna start with some announcements where we're gonna announce basically what we are doing as a community, which is number one, creating our own node, so people can subscribe. Number two, which would be the education that will come up with the different trainings that will start. Number three will be the how-to session. I think will be done on this call on how to bind, how to do this, how to do that. And last but not the least, what would be the best strategy now, considering that the volume is not what creates the ranks for the leaders, but the my name is Kojo, blockchain Kojo, and we are gathered here today, May 30th, to get a full grasp and understanding of what are the steps, what do we have to do, considering that the project goes live June 1st, right? So we know that there has been, you can say subtle or major changes, whichever way you want to look at it. And for leaders and investors, we are all looking on as to what is the next step, what is the right step, and how do we get ourselves started in the right way. So without further ado, I'm gonna allow my co-host, which is Sarah Julian Sassy, the entrepreneur, CEO of Castro Society, to basically set the stage with the introduction and some announcements on what we have, going on as a team. Because we already know that you can subscribe to Nodes with the Node vouchers, but we are actually creating our own for our organization. So, Sir Julian, if you are able to speak, let me know, and then just make that announcement as to what we are doing and the group that we have created to allow those that want to partake in this endeavor to be able to get access to that. So thank you. You can unmute and start just start off with a few announcements, and then I'll get into what we have to do.
All right. Good day, team. I hope everyone is doing good. If you guys are hearing me very well, please drop some ones in the chat for me. Because over here right now today in Jamaica, it's very, very rainy, right? And on my side, it's loud. I don't know if you guys are hearing it, but just drop some ones in the chat if you are hearing me loud and clear, okay? I see some ones there. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that. Wow. So guys, we are, about to get everything rolling. We're about to get everything rolling. Of course, you guys know me. I'm Sarah Julian, the sassy entrepreneur, right? And right now we're about to get moving in the right direction. So I have been binded. Kojo has been binded. All the leaders, they are now in the process of binding, right? So they will soon be coming to you guys. Everybody will be properly bound in short notice, all right? There are so many amazing things happening in the background. We are currently working on launching the Supernode. Right now, there are only 4 spots left for the Supernode creator. So if you want to be a part of it, get on it. If you're not able to get onto the first node, we're actually going to create 2 nodes. One is going to be Cartridge Society number 1. The other is going to be Cartridge Society number 2. So we're going to have 2 nodes running right at the same time. So guys, if you have your nodes in your possession, whether it's 3,000, 5,000, 200, 100, whatever amount that it is, hold on to that. As soon as the nodes are live, we are going to let you guys know so that you can subscribe to the nodes. So right now, there are 4 basic steps that we're wanting to follow. The first thing, update your app. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, after you have updated your app, get the wallet ID of your sponsor. Guys, please, no cross-line recruiting, no funny business, no wiggle waggle, okay? Just go to your sponsor, get their wallet ID, and rebind to that sponsor, okay, guys? So that is it. Update your app, rebind to your sponsor, right? Hold on to your vouchers and wait for us to let you know, hey, the nodes are now live. Go check it out, and then you are able to subscribe to your nodes. We will be releasing another follow-up video on how exactly to subscribe to the nodes. So don't worry, the information is going to be there for you to grasp and share with your team. Okay. Now, going forward, of course, we're going to be talking about more of the planning, also the strategy of how to place your people, how to build in this new structure, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to let Kojo take over from here to speak a little bit about the planning, and then I'll come back in a little bit later as well. But guys, thank you again for being here for your business, minding your business and minding your money. And that is what being a good investor is all about. Kojo, let's go. Let's let it roll, right? And get this information out to the peoples.
Okay, so thank you, Sarah Julian. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard, basically the fact that wallets are not able to show you that you're connected to anyone in your team or doesn't show anything in the back office, there is no need to be alarmed, right? There's no need to be alarmed. All it basically means is that you have to rebind with your existing sponsor like we have announced. Please just stick with the person that you got started with. For those that are actually new to this project, right? Great. They will make a provision. There will be a group made for new people who just came to our group from either YouTube or any other location that have no one to help them get started in any that provision will be made as well, right? So now this is what we are doing as a community, right? So we are helping everyone understand what is required to do. So before I do that, I actually want to share my screen and go over a few things. Give me 1 second. Let me get this moved here. App, it's like Sarah Julian says, especially for iPhone users, remove management, download the new app, then we'll go ahead to import your wallet, right? You're gonna go ahead to import your wallet. Also, we are creating our own node for our organization. So what we are doing is that we are allowing 10 people to be contributors towards that node. So in case you happen to have $10,000 in USDT or $10,000 in node vouchers, once again, this is not financial advice. You do exactly as you choose. Do not feel like we are doing something and so you need to, hurriedly be a part of it. Just think about it, right? So we are creating our own node, Cash Rich Society. You contribute towards that goal. We are raising the 10% required to open up a node, which is $100,000. So 10 people bring in $10,000 each. We will be able to raise that 100,000, create a node. Now, remember from our last discussion with Mr. Derek, the creators of the node, that 10% deposit will enable you to earn 5.472 FTC on a daily basis. So what we are doing is that we are creating a Google form to keep track of every contributor, and we will equally share the reward. So that would be about 0.5 something per user, right? 0.5, I guess 74 per user that contributes. So that is how that reward system will be distributed. So if you're here and that is what you choose to do, you would basically, as you can see right now, the chat has been disabled. So you would just have to write to Sarah Julian personally right now in the chat, say, hey, I'm in this team, maybe this is my sponsor, but even with that, I still want to contribute because the contribution has nothing to do with volume, ranks, or uplines. Anyone at all that chooses to be a part of this can be a part of it, but we would prefer that people within our Cash Rich Society organization be the ones to contribute, right? So that is how that will go along. The next thing is we're going to discuss the process real quick as far as what you have to do with the binding. So let me what I want to do is I want to get my wallet ready.
Again, as a reminder, just
Okay.
please take the note as he speaks.
So let me get a wallet ready that I will use for this process just to show everyone how to do it. So give me 1 second. As you guys can tell, the blockchain is not live yet. We are at the pre-launch stage, if you can call it. So I guess still they're going to need that BNB gas fee. But for those that would basically be starting after June 1st, I honestly believe that they might not be in use of BNB for gas fee. So I can stand corrected, but at the moment, this is okay. At the moment, this is what we all need to do, right? So, let's see. Okay. Okay, so the wallet is ready. I'm going to fund it with BNB any minute shortly.
So at this point, he's trying to
And then
make
I'll
a
actually be sharing on my
test
screen. If you
wallet
could zoom
for
into my
us to
full,
see how the
so I can
process
be able
is.
to join. Okay. Okay, great. So let me join from my phone and share screen. Okay. Okay, so this is the imported wallet. Yeah. And then we will need BNB in this wallet. So let me actually copy the receiving address and then go to, let me see, let's go to this one and go click. Yeah, okay. I have BNB here. Nice. Okay. So that has been sent. Okay, great. So if I wanted to bind to a sponsor, I would go to invite. So that is step one, go to invite. So I would click on go to invite, and then now it would ask for a invite wallet ID. That would be your sponsor's wallet ID. So once again, I would just go, in this case, I would just take one of my wallets, for example, come back, go click on go to invite, and then I would paste it in there. So this is where you would get the ID from your sponsor who you were previously already binded to. Click on bind, and right there it says bind successful, right? If for some reason it doesn't say successful, it only means that your sponsor has not binded him or herself with their sponsor. And so what you do is that you call them and you say, hey, I'm ready to get started. I notice you haven't gotten started. Could you please get started now so I can get started? That is very, very important to do, right? So once that is done, your next step will be to look in your profit section, right? So as you can see, I have in my assets a node voucher of $1, right? Of $1. For those trying to request a record, we will share the recording in the group. That's just how it works, right? Okay. So the node voucher, you would find your node voucher in here. So, and if you had $100, $1,000, basically what you had in your capital and your profits will be reflected in this node voucher. So let me go into one of my other wallets so we can be able to do that. So let me pick this wallet, for example, and go to profit. Okay. So here I have a node voucher of $1,013, right? So for those that have multiple wallets, this is what you want to do in case you want to consolidate your wallets and just have them in one wallet, right? Having them in one wallet, you would basically click on transfer. Then you, at the top, you're going to see payee wallet ID. This is where you would paste the wallet ID of the person or the wallet that you already have that you're transferring your node voucher to, right? Because now once again, it's not about the invested volume, it's about the production.
The recording has
Right?
stopped.
I don't know.
This meeting is being recorded.
So somebody must have done that by accident. Basically, what you're doing here is you're going to make the transfer. So I could click on the back arrow, and I'm going to give you a quick example. Let's say I want to transfer to the new wallet I just made, right? Where would you find your wallet ID? You can just click on wallet, and at the top, above the amount, is wallet ID. I just clicked on it and copied it. Copy successful. Then I'll come back to home now, go to that wallet that I want to transfer from, right? And I'll go to profit, click on user asset. Then I would send over, clicking on transfer, I would paste the wallet ID. Actually, I wouldn't hit all. Give me 1 second. I would just say 100, right? Then I'll hit next step, confirm the transfer, and hit next. Put in your password for verification. Right there, transfer successful. That is how easy it is to transfer it. Also, this is what we'll be doing with people that for some reason say maybe they didn't want to proceed with this project. There are people who actually are ready to get started, and they would be able to take some of that voucher off your hands. Now, we don't know the exact number or volume, but we will create a group for those that said, hey, maybe this is not what they wanted to do, right? And you would get added to that group. So at the same time, if you're here on the call and for some reason, you're saying you didn't want to proceed, you can contact inside the chat, Sarah Julian, and say, hi, send me that group. But you have to make sure that you are part of our team. We are not taking outsiders for this transaction. We're only dealing with people on our team. And you would have to be willing to send the voucher first before you get any USDT, right? This is what's important. You're gonna have to send it first in order to get the USDT. So then you would then go back. So let me go to that wallet, main wallet 3, as you can see. So here I have the voucher available. I have the voucher available in my assets. So I would click on it, and you can see it's right there. So in order to subscribe to the node, I would go through the list of nodes where it says FinChain financial node application open. You can see that is what you're gonna click. Then you're going to see a list of many different nodes, right? A list of so many different nodes. And you would click on subscription. then you would subscribe to that node, right? You would click on subscription. So here you'd want to look for in the search, cash rich society, right? So if I put cash rich, for example, we haven't created it. It's almost going to be done right after this call. Then you would select on our node and then you would contribute. That is what you would do, right? So in this example, I'm just going to click one node. I'm not going to subscribe, but I'll show you the process. When you click on it, it would say payment methods, USDT BEP20. But like we said, there is no need to rush to use the USDT when we might have people that probably want to trade their node vouchers for USDT. So you would hit next, then it's asking for the amount, but since I'm not using USDT, I will scroll and to where it says use of node subscription cash voucher. I would click on that. Then at the bottom, I would type the amount 100 for the voucher that I would choose to use. So if you had, for example, 1900, you type that. If you had 2585, 87 for you, just type that if you're looking to use everything. And then you would hit subscriptions for that. So in this case, I would type 100. Um, and then I'll hit subscription. Then it would ask me to confirm, and I'll hit next, put my password. So that is how you would subscribe to a node. Once again, we want you to wait for Cash Rich Society node in order to subscribe. Okay, so that is the process, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick. So everyone is going to be required to do two things. First, bind your wallet to your sponsor. Number two, subscribe to a node. You are not an active um, fintoch member, quote unquote, until you have subscribed to a node, right? So it's only taking, no, the minimum is 100, but for the subscription, you can actually put in the amount that you have in nodes. If you had 1,298, you can still type 1,298 in the voucher and it would accept it. But I'm pretty sure if you're using the USDT option, it would have to just be in multiples of 100, right? So that is the process, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, let me go into my previous wallet. With the teams, you are not going to see your previous team or team total earnings as of yet. The nodes will be activated when on the 1st of June, right? So your own right now, if you do subscribe, if you do bind to your sponsor, when people bind to you, you would start to see them show up. But okay, let me go back here. It's still, I guess it's still showing the old data. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's still showing the old data. So right on the first, direct push will be shown available under you invite users to invest once their nodes are active. Right now, we are all just subscribing. So that is the process, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we still have our FTH that we had prior to the change, and that is the main thing that we want to discuss as far as how to get started and what to do. So let me stop sharing on that part. Someone asked if there's a time limit. It is, I think we have 14 days to subscribe, right? 14 days, 14 days, or till there's no more vouchers available, right? So if you were paying attention, you would have realized that you can transfer vouchers between wallets, and that is how you would move one voucher from one wallet to the other. So if you only had 100 here, and you had another wallet with 500, you would move it. So now let's go and talk about the benefits of getting the node and why this transition has any value at all to people who want to be a part of what's going on currently. Um, so first of all, I want to start here, right? I want to explain something about migration. because a lot of people are probably wondering, well, why did fintoch migrate? And after migrating, why are my assets now not in USDT or BNB or Ethereum that I put in, but I've been given these vouchers? So we are looking at a blockchain called Tron. Now in 2018, Tron had majority of their assets on the Ethereum blockchain, and they wanted to transition, migrate to their own blockchain. Tron had an evaluation of market cap or liquidity. You can say probably, I think it would be the market cap sitting at over $3 billion. So they embarked on the token migration to its new mainnet that Thursday at that time. Now, there is a reason why they did this, right? At the time, Tron was the 10th most valuable cryptocurrency in the world and is set to commence its token migration to its own blockchain. Tron aims to build infrastructure for a truly decentralized internet. So they needed to migrate in order to be in control of creating this technology for their community and for the world beyond. And here they are telling you that this Tron had called this a progression towards their own independence. So if you're asking why did FTC migrate, well, first of all, they have been talking about launching their own blockchain since last year. All the videos I played for you, one was from the event in Dubai where all they talked about was the blockchain, no talk about ROI. The previous video was the one from Korea, which was about 2 months ago. All they talked about was their blockchain, no ROI. And the one from Bali was over 5 months ago, where they talked about their blockchain, not about ROI again. So everyone in the community who has actually been doing research or paying attention to information was fully aware that a migration was coming. It's only new to people who never cared for the information and only wanted ROI, right? That is just the honest truth about it. Now let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum developers did a migration, right, a few years ago. I think about a year and a half ago, or maybe a year. If no one is aware, Ethereum used to be proof of work. You needed a GPU to mine the cryptocurrency Ethereum, right? So when Ethereum had to transition from proof of work to proof of stake, they had to undergo a whole migration, an entire upgrade where the code was rewritten. So Corsa, I believe you want to be out of the Zoom, so we'll go ahead and just take you off the Zoom. Okay, they're already out. That's good. Yes, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Yeah, so that is one thing about migration. Now, one thing is when they created this migration in Ethereum, until the most recent upgrade, which was the Chapella upgrade, all Ethereum validators and all people that were staking Ethereum on the blockchain, not through some centralized staking opportunity. No, we are talking about they went and staked their assets to be validators or delegators or in a pool on the blockchain of Ethereum. None of them could withdraw a single dollar worth of Ethereum. Can you imagine this? Ethereum, a big decentralized blockchain. And for months, none of these people were ever able to withdraw, transfer, or sell any of their assets that were staked. If you happen to hold the cryptocurrency in your own wallet, then of course, you can always move it around. If you happen to hold the cryptocurrency on an exchange, as long as they didn't close down or allowed you to, you can always move it around. So as you can see, the Shanghai upgrade was to minimize the risk of delays to rolling out staked Ethereum withdrawals. So once again, people say, well, I thought fintoch was decentralized. Yes, the opportunity itself presented is decentralized. When you take any transaction through the fintoch ecosystem, you did not need the company to verify or validate it for you. You had a decentralized wallet. You click on lending and you send your assets. It goes. When you wanted to even turn it off and withdraw, you would do that. But when they are migrating, they have to take the entire data and assets and move it onto an entirely new blockchain. So this is what happened. As you can see, there are different articles, right, about what happened with Ethereum and when people were able to remove their assets. So this is just something I just wanted to pass on, right? So, you know, at least we can have some level of comfort understanding what's going on and why these things were done. So now, why do you want to have a node in FinTech? What is the value of having a node, right? Let me do this. What is the value of having a node? Is it beneficial to the everyday investor? Well, once again, not financial advice, but we're going to look at what FinTech has created, which is their own blockchain, right? A main chain and a parallel chain. So in the crypto space, we have the old technology, right? Example is Bitcoin, Ethereum. These are old technologies. But if you've realized, Ethereum has constantly been creating upgrades to allow their technology to become or grow towards being a newer type of technology. Still not there, 200 transactions per second. They are still not there, right? So here we have a main chain which handles validating and consensus and allows the execution of smart contracts. Then the parallel chain, which allows for faster speeds and transaction time periods within this blockchain. They have solved three of the major challenges in the cryptocurrency blockchain industry by allowing a proof of stake mechanism. The security level is zero knowledge proof, which is one of the highest levels of security on any blockchain. You guys can look this up. Don't take my word for it. Just go in Google, type what is zero knowledge proof on the blockchain, right? Then they have scalability. They have the ability to take on multiple projects to be built on the FinTech blockchain, right? So that is what you're looking at here. Now, FinTech is introducing an array of products into their ecosystem, and that is why it would have a use case. Because with cryptocurrency and the blockchain, it's important to understand the main fundamentals that allow success to be created in the cryptocurrency world. I believe number one being the community. If you have a large community, you are guaranteed to create success. I'll give you an example, Shiba Inu, right? A lot of people have heard about Shiba Inu, but have no idea what the coin is used for. There probably is no use case for most people, but they did not do over 1,000,000% in value, right? Meaning that you put in $100 and that went up by 1,000,000%. I believe you already know you would have become a millionaire just by owning that cryptocurrency, which had no use case, no technology, but just a community, right? They have a large community, I think well over 1 million, 2, 3, 5 million wallets that are actively interacting with that coin. Now, how many wallets does FinTech have? We have over 60 million wallets in our ecosystem, but let's just say even 20 million are active. Think about that. You have a blockchain that is starting with its own native cryptocurrency and has 20 million active wallets. What is FTC going to be used for? What is the number one first main use of FTC? Paying of gas fees on our entire ecosystem, meaning that when you started from June 1st, if you're selling your FTC, there's going to be a gas fee from your FTC paid in FTC. If you're sending crypto to another wallet, you're going to pay in FTC. If you're interacting with any smart contract with any of these products, which I'll speak of, you're going to need FTC. So now think about it this way. If 20 million wallets become active and FTC will actually be cheap in gas fees, so we'll probably put it at, let's just put it at 10 cents, right? 10 cents. So 20 million wallets divided by 10 cents. right? Sorry, multiplied by 10 cents. So 20 million wallets multiplied by 10 cents, that would be $2 million per day in gas fees. Let's just say it is 1 cent. That would be $200,000 per day in gas fees. Now, where is these gas fees going to go? That is a good question. So there is profit sharing across the blockchain, and that is where the nodes make most of their value. Now, we are going to be mining and minting at the same time. So at the moment, there was a supernode which was sold prior to this new upgrade. The supernodes are running on the main chain. They are going to benefit from their minting capacity, where they will be producing a certain number of coins every day, right, per block. And also, they will be earning from the profit sharing of the transaction fees, right, which will also be given to those supernodes. Now, the thin chain, which is what we are participating in now, is the parallel chain, the layer two that sits on top of the layer one, where billions of transactions can be processed per day. Think about the growth of this project 6 months from now, 1 year from now, when it's actively taking transactions on all these different products. So, what are the products we're going to talk about? Number one would be Finbox. You're going to see inside your wallet soon a social media platform and peer-to-peer messaging system where I can text Mashonda, I can text Sarah Julian Sassy. As long as I know their wallet ID, I can just send them a message and say, hey, here is that crypto I was going to send you, and send it directly to them as a text in the wallet. Think about the use case currently presented, where you don't need to remember someone's wallet address or copy it. As long as you can tell them, hey, you're in Malaysia, I'm in Jamaica, but I need you to do this for me. Here is $100. I would just text you. I could say, for your spouse that live abroad, right? For your families that live abroad, you can tell them to download the fintoch wallet. And then as long as you have their wallet IDs inside your ecosystem, you can name them in your contacts. There's a section called add contacts where you can add people, and you can send them a text, send them crypto, and it will instantly go in their wallet. The gas fees will be in FTC. FinPay, one of the big things that fintoch is rolling out, a payment gateway, payment service, where you can call it like a PayPal. You can think of it like a Cash App. You can think of it as a ACH wire bridge. That is what you can look at FinPay. And it would allow people to move crypto into fiat and fiat into crypto. All of this is going to be running on the fin chain, the parallel chain, people, right? The next would be their derivatives exchange. Well, but for those, let me speak on this a little bit. In July in Singapore, we are already being told that Singapore is very high in advance in the crypto space. There are going to be ATMs that will allow you to take your wallet, go right to the ATM, generate a QR code, scan it, and cash out crypto right from the ATM. That is what you're going to be able to do with FinPay, people. So think about that, right? And once again, this is information that we have received in the PDFs, in the white paper, which is in your wallet. This is just a summary. In the white paper, they detail and break down the entire blockchain, how it works, what is made up of, the technology running on it, the coding language used to write it, and all the different services and partnerships attached to each of their products. The next one is FinX, a derivatives exchange. What is a derivatives exchange? You are able to trade options, stocks, and all these different things in crypto, leverage trading, all on the fintoch blockchain, on their parallel chain. People will be able to do this. Will this rollout starting June 1st? I believe not, but we already have one application running, and we'll speak about that. All these other applications are being added as we go, right? So, but they have already been created. Most of these things are not now being created. they have actually already been created that they are going to be uploading as we go, right? I believe they're also going to have the blockchain run for about a month to ensure that everything is as it is before they onboard most of their new products. So let's look at FinBill. FinBill allows for bill payments, bill trading between institutions and all these different, even let's just say you are a little shop, you sell something, you create a FinBill, people come in, they pay with crypto, right to your bill payments. This is what is going to be created on top of the blockchain with FinBill. Finso, next generation GameFi and metaverse. We know that in the crypto space, play to earn is a big thing, right? If you don't know about play to earn, go online and type Google Axie Infinity, right? Just type Axie Infinity. The entire Philippines, there was a point in time, people were making over $1,500 a month, more money than they would have ever made working any 9 to 5 or probably been doing anything in their country. And it was all because of play to earn on just one game. FinToch is launching multiple games. If you go on there right now, there are so many games already that you can play and earn cryptocurrency. Right now, it's test coins starting June 1st. Coins with value is what you're going to be earning from these games. You can send a link out to friends and they can play the games with you and you can earn more from doing that as well. NFT mining is going to be added. You can already see it in the app. It's a part of the FinSol within this app. And guess what? FTC is the foundation of this entire ecosystem. The use case and the value is not compared to many other projects. It has a real ecosystem that is being built, as you can see, right? So let's talk about the design a little bit. You're gonna have high performance. We know about this layer 2 running on zero knowledge proof. The next thing is EVM compatible. What does it mean? In the crypto space, when you hear EVM compatible, we can look at projects or blockchains like Arbitrum, right? Blockchains like Polygon, right? And a few other blockchains, they are EVM compatible, meaning that they can allow Ethereum projects and smart contracts to run on their blockchain. They also allow the bridging of cryptocurrencies from those blockchains of Ethereum onto their blockchain where users will pay gas fees way cheaper for doing the same thing. So if somebody moves Shiba Inu onto FinToch and you had Ethereum, you can swap your Ethereum for the Shiba Inu, but you would pay gas fees in FTC in a way that makes it so cheap where you don't have to rely on the high fees on Ethereum. So that is what EVM compatible means. It's not the first blockchain to have it, but it's a good technology to have, right? So how fast is the blockchain? 7,500 transactions per second on the main chain. The parallel chain will be able to run up to 80,000 transactions per second, right? Meaning that it would have 3 seconds block time. It would process as fast as 3 seconds. Atomic swap is what the FinSwap and the cross-chain swap in our wallets is going to be running on, all started from June 1st. What does this mean? It's a way, it's a kind of a peer-to-peer wallet transaction space and also directly taking liquidity from automated market makers, meaning that someone can swap BTC for Ethereum instantly, right? It will be quick, it will be instant, and they will just pay gas fees in FTC. Somebody can change BNB into Tron. It will be instant, and it would also be FTC gas fees being used. So think about the use case. A lot of us have crypto, and we always ask, well, how can I change this to this? How can I change that to that? FinToch will allow you to do that inside the wallet with no stress, right? So we talk about the cryptocurrencies that are going to be in this ecosystem. So it's not only FTC, there's going to be other cryptocurrencies that are running in this ecosystem. One of them is going to be the financial soulbound token. This is more like a identity structure, right? So let's just say in a way, it's a form of KYC within the ecosystem where you have a tokenized asset, which is not, it's a non-programmable NFT, right? Sorry, it's a programmable NFT where it cannot be transferred. If you own it, you and your wallet alone owns it, right? And it will have different benefits. I believe the proof of credit system will probably be running on it. So just think about corporations and even developers and artists and all these people that are looking to have ownership of something that they create, right? This is what can be done on the FinTech blockchain. They will have their own stable coin, which will be backed by liquidity. We are yet to see all of these things roll out starting from June 1st, right? We know about GGT, one of the cryptocurrencies already in our wallet, and TFTH. FTH is going to be running on the fintoch blockchain and on the Binance blockchain at the same time. FTC is going to be running on the fintoch blockchain and the Binance blockchain at the same time. Why? Because it is a cross-chain blockchain and cryptocurrency, meaning that if I have FTC, I could be able to go on PancakeSwap and trade it for BNB in case I wanted to use the PancakeSwap as well. That is what you can be able to do with the system. So how many coins of FTC are there, right? Can fintoch wake up and make more coins if they wanted to? Well, let's find out. They have 840 million coins that would ever be issued. And the only way they would issue it, right? The only way is through mining. Now, if you missed Bitcoin, right? Let's give you an understanding of how that works. People in the beginning had to buy GPUs. People are still buying it anyway, right? GPUs, computers, program them to mine Bitcoin, right? Now, 21 million coins is the total number of coins Bitcoin is ever going to have. Currently, only 19 million have been mined. So there's only 19 million and change in circulation. Ask yourself, imagine you had a machine, you knew about Bitcoin and understood where it was going to go. I think all of us probably missed out on it. It's only maybe a few people who can say they got it very early, because if you got it early, you would definitely be a multi-millionaire. If you're tuning in from your private jet, then well, salute you, because you're one of those people that probably got in Bitcoin super early, right? But for us, most of us here, we missed it, but people understood the value of a blockchain that has its own cryptocurrency. Ask yourself, what is even Bitcoin used for? Almost nothing than transferring it between people and storing it, knowing that it's decentralized. We don't even know who created it, but hey, he cannot change it. So we're all gonna hold it because maybe we don't like our country's currency. That is the only use of Bitcoin, right? Until recently, where they built the BRC20 network, something else, you have to read about it yourself. But that is what the use of Bitcoin is. Now imagine FTC with 20 million subscribers already who are active. BTC had to start from maybe 1,000 people believing in it, 10,000 came later, 100,000 came maybe a few years later, and today a lot of people understand and believe in Bitcoin. Here we have a foundation already set in this project, right? The only way these coins will be generated to go on PancakeSwap, to go on FinSwap, in the future to go on Binance Exchange, centralized, to go on KuCoin, to go on all these other exchanges for people to leverage trade and buy it, and all these crypto people who are interested, is going to be because people are producing it. Think about you producing coins and holding on to it, for example, and waiting for these prices to show up in high appreciation. Where would you find yourself? You know about the guy who went and exchanged 10,000 Bitcoin for pizza. If he's on many interviews, and one thing he has is a large level of regret, right? Because if he knew, even if he was that hungry, he would have probably maybe only used 5,000 out of that 10,000 and kept 5,000 BTC for himself. If only he knew, right? Here, I'm not going to speculate on what FTC can do, but based on, we're going to see the growth, not growth chart, but the prediction that they have created, you can get to understand what can happen. Now they're saying each mining node will be producing 10 FTC per block, right? Now I'm gonna have to confirm, we'll probably do this on the next call, if this is relating to the supernodes or the thin chain nodes. These are two different nodes, so I'm pretty sure their block rewards might be different or might be the same, right? It will have the tokenomics of Bitcoin, where every 4 years the production will be halved, and also we will see the price value also make that type of appreciation. There's going to be burning of transaction fees, the gas fees, just like Bitcoin, right? Once it hits a certain peak, there's going to be burning. So there'll be limited number of coins available, people. Just think about that, right? So the cross-chain exchange called FinSwap allows you to do a whole lot of different things. As we can see, you can change any cryptocurrency to the other. They're going to have this credit system for financial institutions, corporations, individuals, just name it, all running on the blockchain. This is their non-transferable NFT, right, which is a form of like KYC. So just think about the use case in crypto. One of the biggest thing is, well, you know, how can you KYC your customers? You know, can you have them be validated in a way that other people that are coming on your ecosystem who want to create products and services can trust your members or your consumers on the blockchain. This is a big discussion. Everywhere you go, you hear the word KYC, KYC, even in decentralized blockchains, even in MetaMask. Soon, KYC is coming. There's no way around it, right? But there is already FinTech who is thinking ahead of the future and positioning themselves. We also know that on June 1st, Hong Kong is going to open up regulation for crypto. They're about to open the gateway and allow anyone and everyone to come and create in their country, get licensed and do all these different things, right? As you know, this is big in the space. The next thing is the native stablecoin. So FinTech will have its own stablecoin, and this stablecoin is going to be backed by liquidity. So a lot of people ask, well, you know, what money is in FinTech? Think about all our previous investments. All that money is assets on chain. Think about the supernodes that were sold prior, over $200 million in supernodes. All of those assets minus whatever the LLC that's in charge of growing this community and doing everything has taken as their percentage is inside this ecosystem. They can back cryptocurrencies with assets in a way that will put this project on CoinMarketCap or anywhere you can think of within a short period of time. Many cryptocurrencies launch and they are now looking for people to buy coins. Here, they don't have to look for anyone. 20 million active wallets can decide to partake in this project. And as a community, we can have one of the strongest cryptocurrencies in the space, right? So yeah, this is the ecosystem. This will be you as a user being able to interact with the GameFi, play games and earn, social media, use the payment service, ecosystem valuations, and then the FinBill as well, right? So this is a little bit about FinPay in case you didn't understand. You can move fiat in all countries. They already have the license and taxation license from South Africa, and they are getting other taxation license to run their service of FinPay, right? So yeah, let me FinBill, okay, move from that. Know about this already. So yeah, this is a little description on the evaluation. Once again, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you that this coin is going to do 1,000x, it's going to do 10,000x, but in crypto, history always repeats itself, right? Every coin that came out started somewhere. Any coin, just name it, right? Pick and choose, meme coin, dog coin, whatever. It started somewhere. Within months, it went up here. So he who buys first, she who buys first, always makes the most. A lot of people are not going to be able to buy FTC. right? Because in the beginning, it's only going to be within this ecosystem for us to trade. You can trade it on the peer-to-peer market, sell it to other users, or you would be able to trade it on FinSwap, meaning that there'll be liquidity made by fintoch, where when you trade it, they're getting the asset, giving you USDT or BNB or whatever, right? Think about what's going to happen before it starts being available to everyone on PancakeSwap. I think it might even be within the first 2 days. There will be FTC on PancakeSwap, right? Just think about the fact that you can produce every day and not have to buy, right? Somebody purchased 1 BTC. They are excited. Someone purchases a mining node of BTC. They are more excited. Why? Because every year they can generate at least 1 BTC, maybe, and never have to think about buying BTC. While the person who buys BTC has to keep chasing prices. Oh, it went up. Let me sell. It went down. Let me buy. While someone who has a node never thinks about that, right? So that is the power of this ecosystem. So here they're telling you that this project had just if this project had just 10%, sorry, 30%, right? Or no, 10% of the market cap of Ethereum, right? The market volume of Ethereum. Now, how many wallets are on Ethereum? Think about that. And how many wallets are in fintoch, right? We know that some of these blockchains don't even have 8 million wallets. They don't even have 1 million wallets. Some of them probably have 50 million wallets, right? But we are just started at 20 million active wallets and 60 million total wallets, right? So think about what could happen with this evaluation if they are making a revenue of, they're saying that fintoch could start off with 300 million in revenue, right? With a growth rate of 300%, with a market cap of, I believe this would be 90 million, right? 90 million, if I'm not mistaken. So 9 billion market cap. No, sorry, yeah, 9 billion. I think there's probably an error in this. I'll have to get this corrected. Now, if it has in 2024 revenue of 900 million, 300% rate, they are looking at another growth, 27 billion, right? Then well, maybe I'm mistaken. It could be 90 billion, 270 billion, and 810 billion by 2025. Now, a lot of people say, well, how is it going to get there? If you look at the nodes that we are buying on FinChain, right? There's currently 10,000 nodes that's going to be created on FinChain. Each node costs $1 million, right? To fill up each node validate. If you do the math, that is 10 billion in liquidity, liquid cash inside the project. Think about how big this is, right? People are saying, is fintoch here to stay? Well, I believe with a project that is going to the limits, they're not looking for $1 billion. They have goals to raise 10 billion. They already have probably 2 billion already, because we look at the value of FT8 sitting at over 3 billion. Just think about where they are going, people, right? Once these nodes start to fill out, 1 fills out, 2 fills out, 10 fills out, 100 fills out, start to think about the money that is already now inside this ecosystem. And where would you want to be? Would you want to be on the sidelines, or would you want to be inside, at least saying, you know what? Hey, I'm an investor, I'm a risk taker. At least I got my foot in the door so I don't miss out. They say FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO, right? So this is what we have, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to keep it brief and short. Now I'm going to stop sharing at this point, and I'm going to allow some of our co-hosts who have questions for their teams to address any questions that they had, trying to understand if you missed the steps that we're supposed to take, right? I believe we'll do a summary, but we are binding our wallets based on our previous sponsors, right? Just go with the person that introduced you. If you are new, fine. If you don't have a sponsor, you were looking to get started like maybe 3, 4 days ago, and this thing was not allowing you to, and you just joined randomly from somewhere, fine, no problem. We are creating a provision. There'll be a group who will put you in. And the reason being is that you have USDT, but we might have existing members who want to exit with their nodes. You don't have to use the USDT. Just give them an opportunity to exit by you providing USDT for the nodes. And let no one DM you in any group telling you, let's trade. Please do not trade directly with any person. I'm just giving friendly advice because guess what happens? You send somebody USDT, they send you no node and they block you. Who's going to be crying then, right? So just allow us to regulate that for you, right? For us, we are here every day. We are going to let them send the node first because you would have sent us the cryptocurrency. Then we send it to them. Very simple system, right? If you have a sponsor already, they have a team and you trust your sponsor, do the same with your sponsor. But don't let somebody DM you say, oh, it's only $100. It's not a lot. So just send it to me. Nope. You get compromised that way, right? So ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And I'm gonna allow and pass it on for our co-host, Sarah Julian. Maybe first you wanna have something to say, maybe wanna drop the information for the groups. Remember, we are contributing to create our own node. If you have $10,000 worth of the voucher or $10,000 worth of USDT, and you want to be part of the 10 people that create a node, we are creating a node. We'll name it Cash Rich Society Node. Just get in contact with Sarah Julian right in the chat, DM me. She would send the group that we have made for that, right? That is what we are doing. If you're looking to trade your voucher, you have to be in Cash Rich Society. If you're coming from a different group, different team, please don't bother yourself. We are not going to prioritize you. We are dealing with people that we already know are in our team with sponsors that we already know, and they are the ones that we would allow trading to commence on their assets, right? So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we've been able to help everyone with the little information that we know. So Sarah Julian, you can take the stage. And then also Crypto Pays Me Daily, I see your hand is up. That's excellent. Actually, I also wanted to discuss real quick on the strategy, right? This is what's going on. If you were a GM because you had 50,000 in volume underneath you, you cannot be a GM with this new system with the money that people invest into the nodes. It's going to be based on what they produce on a daily basis, right? So now think about this. The payout structure stays the same. The compensation plan stays the same. I want to go over that. Actually, let me try and share the screen on that and go over that part. Compensation plan stays the same. Okay. But not all aspects of the plan stay the same, okay? So this is the main part that is important in the compensation plan, right? First level, 15% of the earnings. Second level, 10% of the earnings. The earnings is no longer based on 1%. There is no 1%. There is no 1.5%. Just delete that idea from your head. Reset your mind, right? You're looking only at this. First level, if I'm making 1 FTC a day and you're my sponsor, you're going to get 15% of 1 FTC every day. That would be 0.15 FTC every day. If I'm making 10 FTC a day, you're going to get 1.5 FTC every day. On your second level, if I introduce Sarah Julian, she's making 10 FTC a day, you're going to get 1 FTC per day. So with that in mind, understand that it's actually more important now based on this structure, not the previous way we were building our team, to have a concentration on your first and your second levels, right? I'm saying this, I'm going over this. We'll probably have another training. Maybe there'll be a new PDF. Maybe we'll create our own PDF, right? Now, the next part is the ranks. The ranks are still in order. I believe here it's not going to be dollar values anymore. It's going to be the percentages, right? I think I can do the notes. Draw, yeah. It is going to be the percentages. So uh, this is what's going to be important, right? So if your team produces $50,000 worth of FTC, that is what is in play. Not if they lend or they have vouchers of 50,000. No, if they're producing $50,000 worth of FTC per day, then you are a GM, right? Then you're a GM. So what does this mean? It means that you're gonna get 20% of that production value in FTC rewarded to you. So now, if you thought the first comp plan was great, I have a feeling this is huge because now you're earning a coin that is going to go up, right? So maybe I made 10 FTC, but it starts, remember, FTC starts at $1 on June 1st, right? That's $10 a day. Cool, cool. It's not a lot of money. Maybe I invested 50,000, 100,000, but I'm making only 10 FTC a day. That's cool. So I wait. I wake up the next day, it's at $3. It's going, it comes back down to $2, right? It goes back up. I'm actually going to share the chart of a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, right? So everyone can see and understand what we are looking at. In fact, I'd rather use BNB, right? I'd rather use BNB. Then it comes back down maybe $3 and goes to 8. Then it comes back down to 5, 4, and then it goes back to 10. You get it, because what goes up comes down in a volatile situation, but it finds a new all-time high, new low, new higher low, all high, higher low. Why? Because it has a use case. It's not going to be a pump and dump if it has a use case. Pump and dump is you wake up, whoop, you go to sleep, you wake up, right, back down. We've seen that with many MLM coins where they had no blockchain. They had no use case. And this is actually one of the things I didn't want to be a part of in cryptocurrency MLM spaces, but I actually see some value in FTC. I'll just be honest. I wasn't really the fan of give me a coin that you have in your ecosystem. That's why we got involved with the old system in fintoch. But looking at your ecosystem, and you can judge for yourself, I think it has a lot of use case and a lot of value, even with the fact of just the gas fee alone, because that's all Bitcoin has, gas fee, and people that believe in it. We have 20 million active wallets. If they decide to believe in this, where would you find yourself? I believe majority of Asia, they're going crazy for this project. If you haven't seen, go check out some videos on YouTube. They are going crazy for this project, right? And we happen to find ourselves at the beginning. It's been reset. There's no, they got in 10 months before us. June 1st, we all start equally together. This is the advantage we have that we did not have 10 months ago, right? So once again, not financial advice, but you can make your own decisions based on what we are sharing here today. You become a VP only means that your team is producing $150,000 worth of coins per day, right? So maybe your team produces 150 coins per day, and it's at $1. That's $150 worth of coins. When it's at $10, that is $1,500 worth of coins. When it's at $100, that is $15,000 worth of coins. When it's at $1,000 a coin, What is that? That is $150,000. And what are you gonna get? 30% of the coin production. People, this can get huge 3 months from now as a builder. This can get huge 6 months from now as a builder. If you're a long-term person, maybe next year, this can get huge, right? So that is what we are looking at. So at the end of the day, DCA, some people want to just go all in. Think about it. Think about the decision you're making based on this new strategy, but do as you choose, right? As you choose. So now let's look at oh, I guess I have to clear this out. Yeah, we can look at this coin. It's not bad to look at. So this is a cryptocurrency that recently just launched their own blockchain, right? It's called Hex, right? It's called Hex. If you haven't heard about it, all-time high, 6,400%. Actually did over a 10,000x in the beginning. Natalie, I guess you want to be removed. No problem, no problem. Okay, you get removed. Maybe somebody can do that for me.
I got her.
Okay, thank you.
Per second. I think the average out there right now is 31 or something, or 32,000 transactions per second. So we're, again, way over double. So when we look at the Binance.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so here, this is what we can look at, right? It started low, 7 million in transaction market, just 12 million. Look at where it's at, right? 29 million, 100 million. The price went up to 0.1. This thing started with 4 zeros, probably even more before it got on CoinMarketCap. It could have been 8 zeros. With just $120 million, it's at 0.178. People have made money. Then it went all the way to 0.48, right? Okay, so let's take another cryptocurrency that has a blockchain, right? This is new. This is one of the new ones that just came out. We'll take Arbitrum, right? All time. Arbitrum started, and I'm trying to find the number of holders. Right, I think that's also important. The number of holders. I'll get to it. All right, I'll get to it. Right, so started somewhere, went up to $1 billion in volume. People, this thing just came out in April. They have a community. They did an airdrop. They have some hype. Did 1 billion in volume, right? They don't have 20 million wallets, that's for sure. Then let's go to Bitcoin, and then we'll go to BNB, right? Let's go to Bitcoin, then we'll go to BNB. All time, right? Bitcoin is everyone's favorite. Can you imagine 0.06? This is 6 cents. If you got into Bitcoin at 6 cents, raise your hand. Raise your hand because you're rich and maybe you can help us all. Give us some money, right? If you got into Bitcoin at 6 cents, I believe you're tuning in from your own private jet, not renting. You own it, right? Because look at where Bitcoin went up to. Huge, right? So let's look at what happened. Bitcoin had no community, right? No community. It was growing steadily for 5 years, growing. Well, actually it did a little bit better than that. So it went to $2 with only $58,000 in volume, right? Because remember, a lot of the coins was not out. So any little money would pump the price crazy. People are gonna say, well, yeah, FTC, you go to $500 a coin, but how much FTC are you even gonna have? You're producing it. It's not really out there for people to buy on the open market, right? Production is where it's being issued, same as Bitcoin, right? So then it got some money. It got what? Or there was even days nobody was trading Bitcoin. Can you imagine that, right? 31 million. They woke up one day. That's when people gave up on it in the beginning. $31 million in Bitcoin in 24 hours is at $800 a coin, right? Fast forward to 2017, a 24-hour volume of 100 million coming in, 600 million puts it at $1,000. Trading volume of $10 billion puts Bitcoin at 13,000 per coin. So fintoch, finchain, 1 million nodes, $1 million per node, 10,000 nodes, $10 billion. Can you understand where the price will go once they inject that money in the liquidity? We are not even talking about people that are buying it off the exchange. That's gonna come. We're talking about the node money being injected in the liquidity. And if you don't trust fintoch, that's fine, but we have already seen it happen with FTH. When they started last year, people didn't know what fintoch was gonna do. People said, no, they don't like this. FTH went up to, from $10, went up to all the way $100,000. They have already proven a successful track record of having a cryptocurrency in their ecosystem that flew up in market cap and in value, right? So what they're gonna do now that they understand the game even better, right? I'm not gonna be the one to tell you. So 48 billion, right? So Bitcoin is seeing a lot of transactions in 24 hours. People, 34 billion, and the whole world is not even doing crypto yet, right? So let's just say fintoch even gets a billion in transactions in a 24-hour period. Where will we find ourselves, people? That is what we are looking at, and that is what you can think about in your decision making. The last but not the least will be BNB, right? Let me get onto BNB real quick. So BNB, 24 hours, they've done $400 million. So today, just 400 million, right? They're not getting a lot of volume like that, right? And with BNB, we can actually check the number of users. Hold on. Where is what's the thing I'm looking for? We are literally starting from here. We don't have to start from here. They don't need people to believe in them. They have 20 million active wallets. We are starting from here. You could wake up one day and it could do this on the chart. Come down, because people are going to sell, go up. Come all the way down, go up. Come all the way down, go up. So as a trader, it's your job to find points where you will sell your tokens. That is your job, right? No one's going to call you and say, hey, we are all selling. You find what suits you. Maybe you wake up, it's $100, you go and sell, right? But at the end of the day, always hold some more, especially as a team. Everybody can win. Maybe you hold 50%, you sell 50%. Maybe you hold 70%, you sell 30%. Why? Because you're looking at the long play when it gets to that real target that you choose to exit at, right? So that is what I have to share, what I have to say. Thank you guys. I know we don't want to make this too long. So like I said, we'll take the questions, but I'll let Sarah, Julian, Sassy come in. There's a lot of fire that needs to be put in the chat. I'm gonna open the chat. I'm gonna let her take over from here, and then we will take. Oh, I see somebody send me a contract address. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got my probably one of the Nigerians do not play with crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, my Nigerian people do not play with crypto. I learn a lot from these people every day, every single day. They do not play with crypto. So, that's the BNB. Well, that's probably not BNB, but Yeah, that's probably somebody's wallet address. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, no problem. Anyway, we'll just leave that as it is. Like I said, thank you all for coming on. Sarah Julian, if you're available, please take over from here. And then we will allow our co-hosts to ask their questions, co-hosts first, right? You know, we value the leaders because they are the ones with the organizations, and we want to make sure they get their questions answered. I see Sandra Davis, hand is up. Crypto Pays Me Daily, you had your hand up. So Crypto Pays Me Daily, Passive Queen, all of you guys, you can have your questions asked. Just Sarah Julian, are you available? Okay, I think she's probably busy, no problem. So Sandra Davis, you're first to go. You can unmute and you can share what you want to share, right? Say what you want to say, and we thank you all as well.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you
afternoon.
again. Thank you is not enough for your time, yours and Sassy's as usual. I just wanted to ask a question from a community member. What is the advantage or disadvantage of someone with between 100 and 1,000 worth of vouchers to purchase directly from the app, from the project, or from yours and Sassy's node? Is there any, can you help someone with low money like that?
Yeah, for $100. Okay, so this is how we have to look at the earnings, right? Remember, there's no 1% and there's no, all of that. So let's just say, let me use this thing here that's on here because that's probably more accurate, right? So let's say each node is producing 10 FTC per day, right? And the node costs $1 million. That means the entire $1 million node is producing 10 FTC for that day, for example. And you invest, I'm gonna start off with 100,000. That is 10% of the 10 FTC. You're gonna have 1 FTC per day. If you invest 10,000, you're gonna make 0.1 FTC per day. If you invest 1,000, you're gonna make 0.01 FTC per day. If you invest $100, you're gonna make 0.001 FTC per day.
Okay, but my question is, are you and Sassy able to, engage someone like that? Or yes. You're just looking for larger amounts?
No, we can engage them because there are people here on the team who probably also have $100 that want to exit in nodes, right? So then there will be the ability to transfer all these different amounts. Maybe somebody has 1,000, they can probably divide it into $100 transactions. For those that want to. So yeah, we'll create the group for that, and we'll manage that. Like we said, please just don't let somebody DM you and tell them send me $100 for the node.
No way.
Go through somebody that you trust or go through us. You're creating that avenue. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I just saw Sassy text that the new form will be posted or provided soon.
Okay, so I'm guessing the first form is filled. Okay, well, then let me make my ID available for that. Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so next would be Passive Queen. I see your hand is up. If you had anything to say, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ro. First of all, I have to show up. Assistant brother for what y'all doing right now in the community. You are really working hands over hands to make sure that everybody gets the information that they need. So thank you. I have 3 questions from my team. The first one, I have 3 gentlemen. They want to partake in the node creation, right? And my question for that is, some of their money is in a voucher, right? And the remaining is in the USDT. So when they send in their screenshots and they deposit, is it okay for them to send the whole voucher and do one transaction after that to send USDT, or does it all have to be together?
Okay, sorry about that. Please repeat real quick the last part.
Okay, cool. So my guys are 3 coming within here better, and they have maybe 6,000 or 7,000 in voucher, and the rest in USDT.
Is Passive Queen breaking? Is she breaking up, or is it on my side?
No, she's breaking up a little bit.
That's what I thought. You're not clear, Passive Queen. It keeps on chopping up.
Yeah, Passive Queen, you can speak, but just make sure maybe you have a clear point for your internet, right? It was breaking up just a little bit, but you can speak.
So let me ask this question while we're waiting for her, since
Okay.
because this is a question that keeps coming up by the team. Since we are now moving into the nodes, we don't necessarily know what the marketing plan truly is going to look like. People are concerned that with the binding, that their downlines would be in form, like it would not change. Can you give any insight on that as far as the binding is concerned? Because people are concerned about the volume, but my understanding is we have to completely change our mindset as far as the volume is concerned, because the volume that we had with the aggregation pool and lending contracts is completely void, because we're going into a different type of opportunity. Is that correct in saying that?
Yes, yes. So you can look at it that way. So let me use an example. I get started. I introduce Sarah Julian, and she introduced Pastor Shankai, right? So the structure stays the same if we just follow the same order. So I would bind my wallet with my sponsor first. Then I'll let Sarah Julian know it's time to bind. She would also just take my wallet ID, which is, whatever link you had sent your team, the same ID for the same link, you would pass it on, and they will all go to bind, and then go to invite, put it in there, and then bind, right? Bind. So that is how they would do that, and they will be able to bind directly to you. The structure stays the same. But if they wanted to go, let's say somebody beneath you, they will do the same thing. They will take their sponsor's ID and also bind, and it will just follow the same structure, because everyone is still in the team only if they bind. But if, for example, I didn't sponsor you and I sent you my ID and you use my ID, then you're going to show up in my team. So that's why we are telling people no cross recruiting. Please just stick with the person who actually got you started, and they will give you the ID to bind with, right?
Passive Queen is back. It looks like her audio is trying to connect.
Okay, great. So Passive Queen, what I'll do is let me see. If your audio is not working, remove co-host permission. I'll put you in the waiting room and bring you back in. Hold on.
If you're back in, Passive Queen, just raise your hand. That way you come up to the, actually her audio is still not working, just her camera.
Yeah, so click on the mic and connect audio. Where you see the mic on the Zoom, Passive Queen, click on the mic and click on connect audio, okay? If not, we'll have to move on to the next person that did have a question. Please, we're taking co-hosts first, or uplines that we know have teams. I don't see anyone else here. So if no one else is on here with a question, Lacey,
So
right?
actually, the other question was, what's the time frame? That's the other question that I think a lot of people are asking. What's the time frame to bind?
2 weeks is what I saw from the last notice, and it's in the announcements. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you have 2 weeks. Also, remember the quote unquote company or fintoch is going to make $50 million allocated to buy people's nodes vouchers. So not only rely on what you're doing. If you decided you wanted to trade some of your vouchers, just give it about 3 days. I think from the last call, Mr. Derek, he said they have 50 million allocated to also buy back vouchers. So you can deal directly with your smart contract they will have available for you to trade your vouchers. Passive Queen, you're back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the computer, but the devil is a liar. Okay. So back to our important questions. All right, I have a few guys coming in and they have 10K or more, right, for the node creation. But the thing is, their vouchers are a little under 10,000, but they have the rest in USDT. So once they fill out that form, and are they able to send the voucher first and then send the remaining balance? Or does it have to be together?
Okay, so they can, what we'll do is that for those that need to purchase more with USDT, we are making that group, and then they'll be able to trade with people who are trying to sell their vouchers. So then they will just buy the vouchers and combine it and send all in vouchers. So just have them added to that group and then tell them to wait for either node creation number 2 or node creation number 3, okay?
Okay, well, please send me that. I know you and Sassy are extremely busy. So if you could send that to me, because we're going to be hopping on the Zoom after this call, and I can make sure that they know that, right? And my second question is, if you sponsor a node creator, are you still earning that 15 or 10% off of their production, or is that null and void?
Okay, repeat that question. If you sponsor someone, what?
If you sponsor someone that's a node creator, right? So we have a couple of guys coming in underneath us that are going to be node creators. One of my team members' concern is, are they still going to be earning from their production?
Okay, so no, a node creator is someone who is creating a node. Even we are not going to earn from their production. They are just getting the creation, the value from the node itself, and we are going to split it evenly across the 10. Now, if you have people in your team and all they have is 10,000, I wouldn't even advise you to make them node creators. Tell them to just wait and subscribe under you so you get your worth from your team. This is for people who probably have extra and want to do this, right? This is
they got extra.
Okay, no, just just trying to put you in consideration. That's what you want to advise your team to do, right?
Gotcha.
Because they want to keep the majority in the structure so you can all earn from their production, right?
All right. Thank you for that. And I have one more question. This is for the people that have their money sitting in a wallet. It may be in Trust Wallet, it may be in our wallet, but they didn't get a chance to get it loaned out, right? How are they going to move forward? Like on June 1st, will that be allocated where they can actually come into the ecosystem? Do they have to wait, or is it something that they need to do?
So they will join the group where we are making for people that want to get started, and then we will have them pair with people who want to sell their nodes. So that way, like I said, we want to give people the opportunity within our team who say, you know what, maybe this is not what I want to do. They can have their nodes purchased by someone who says, you know what, I actually want to do this. And then rather than waiting or buying it from, using the USDT directly, we can help some people in our team, right? We can help some people in our team, yeah.
All right, one more question and I'm done with everything. When it comes to, like I just said before, we had some new people. They didn't even, they were like actually getting ready to come into the system, but their wallet IDs were not created. Those are the people that have to wait until the 1st, right, to come in. Am I correct?
You're saying if they have what? If they have US,
if they were trying to come in, but they never got a chance to create their wallet ID, They're
No, they can do
considered
it
on the
now.
outside, right?
No, they can create it now. Even now, you can still share your link and somebody can create a wallet. Yeah.
But then get them into the group so they can buy those contracts from the
Peer to
people that
peer.
don't want them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Gotcha. That's it, baby. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And
Dad,
the
you
other
had a question?
Yeah, to actually, just to clarify, to be a part of the group with the nodes, it does not have to be new funds. It could actually be the voucher that they already have.
So you're talking about people that want to sell their vouchers?
No, for the 10K.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, for that 10K. Yeah, it could be vouchers that they already have. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, but remember, like I was saying, if you have somebody that only got maybe 15K, you probably want them to just subscribe that and stay in your organization with that and not create, unless maybe you are creating one with your own team as well. Then you guys could go ahead and contribute and do that as well. Yeah.
Cool. That makes sense. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so if no Mr. Renford, I see you have a question. Let me start with Mr. Renford. If no co-host has a question, we're gonna go. Actually, I'll just pause the recording at this point. Stop the recording. It usually gets too long anyway.
Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing update from Mr. Blockchain Kojo and Sassy and many other leaders. It's truly one of the best one in my humble opinion. Please make sure you do your own due diligence before you put your hard-earned money in any platform, including this one. This is just, I'm sharing you my journey over here with fintoch. You don't really have to get involved, but I'm just showing you I'm gonna stick around and I'm gonna get benefit from this one. Even if they scam out, I still love this one. I have to see. It's like early joiners to Bitcoin. When it was like 6 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents, there was no volume on trading Bitcoin. Nobody knew about Bitcoin. Still, based on the statistics, less than 10% of the population of the entire world, they know about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And yet you see the price from 6 cents, 7 cents, it's gone up like to $60,000 at the highest point, right? So don't judge based on what I'm saying, but do your own due diligence before you get involved in any platform, including this fintoch. But let me just, as a summary, tell you what's going to happen. They totally revamped the entire wallet and ecosystem. So the lending process is not going to be here for another month, because they're focusing on bringing up the blockchain and many other features, right? So this is the main focus of the wallet now at this point. And in a month, I guess at the end of the June, early July, they're gonna bring the lending process again with a new system. So what you need to do, you need to update the app. So I'm gonna show you an how to video, how to update, how to delete, and it's pretty much easy. But I'm gonna possibly show you how to update the app. It's like many other applications that you have on your iPhone or Android. You could update your app. So at this point, when you update, because it's a new system, it's already been disconnected from your upline. You need to go back to your upline to get his or her wallet ID to bind your sponsor's wallet ID into your ID, into your wallet, right? Again, how to do that, you gotta click on invite. I'm gonna make a how-to video again and to show you how you can bind it. It's pretty easy, and as Mr. Kojo explained, I was pointing out where to click on. So you need to get your sponsor's ID and then bind it to your wallet ID, okay? And then you already have your vouchers, the funds that you used to have in your wallet, the daily earnings, as well as your initial funds. Everything is in your wallet as sort of voucher. So and then if you like, again, this is not a financial advice at all, But if you like, you can subscribe to one of the nodes listed in in the system. So what's the benefit of having nodes? The FTC nodes, you can earn the all the transactions would be if you are familiar with cryptocurrency, when you any transaction, buying, selling, transferring, converting, everything, it's going to be like needed the gas fee, right? So by having a node, you will be having a it's not official shareholder, but it looks like you are a shareholder of the company. You are receiving a partial of the gas fee based on how much you have in your nodes, right? But you don't really have to get the nodes. You can sell your vouchers from into the groups. So whoever your sponsor is, he or she is gonna create a group, and then make sure you don't sell your voucher to whoever unknown people. Just contact your sponsor to basically to do the transaction. If you want to sell the voucher to anybody, make sure you do this transaction through your sponsor. Or you could hold on to your voucher. The company announced that they're gonna have $50 million to allocate to buy back all the vouchers, whoever doesn't want to get involved anymore and they just want to take the funds and say goodbye to the platform. Okay, this is another option. Again, nothing in the channel is a financial advice. It's just I'm just sharing you what I'm thinking and what I'm doing. And then you can be involved if you want to get the nodes. If you log into your application after updating, after binding to your sponsor wallet, there's one of the banners on the main page. It says FinChain Financial at the top of the page, right? You could click on it and search for whoever group we want to subscribe to, but the minimum funds should be $100 to be involved in the nodes if you want to get any nodes. Okay. They were talking. He was talking about the security of the FTC blockchain. It says zero knowledge proof. I don't personally know what the zero knowledge proof is, but he was talking about this is one of the highest security in crypto platforms in blockchains. Okay, so but the difference between the this blockchain, FTC blockchain, and I was comparing this FTC to Bitcoin. For quite a while, the Bitcoin, nobody knew what the Bitcoin was, and what's the gas fee, and so on and so forth. For quite a while, it was the price was 6 cents, 10 cents, $1, $10, $100, like this, and there was no volume. You could check on CoinMarketCap the volume since beginning. After a few years, the volume came up to Bitcoin trading, but having close to 60 million wallets in this fintoch wallet, close to over 20 million wallets live. Just imagine if 20 million people, they have 20 million wallets live doing the transaction every day, buying, selling, doing the transaction, and considering the new features that coming into the wallet system like Finbox, FinPay, FinX, FinSol, FinBill, and so on and so forth. Imagine what the volume would be. Again, don't take it as a financial advice. Nothing on my channel is a financial advice, nor the legal advice, but I'm just sharing my opinion. Finbox is a peer-to-peer messaging system, social media platform. FinPay is like a payment gateway, like PayPal, right? FinX is for derivatives exchange. It's like doing trading options and stocks. FinSol is already live. It's a play to earn. Play to earn is one of the biggest industry ever in the world. FinSol is metaverse gaming. FinBill is just for paying your bills. So FTC, this blockchain and the gas fee, is a foundation of all these applications. Imagine this FTC that they're going to be used as a gas fee is a foundation of all these applications. Imagine I'm one of the nodes that I'm mining the FTC, right? So whatever gas fee is going to be exchanged between these for FinX, FinPay, FinBox, FinSol, FinBuild, whatever, I'm earning some some gas fees in my wallet. Plus the new fintoch app wallet, it's EVM compatible, meaning allowing all other platforms running on ETH to be run on FTC platform. Why? Because cheaper gas fees, right? So it's gonna this fintoch app, it's gonna attract many other platforms that are compatible with us, so they could run their application and stuff on Ethereum on FTC, right? And there are many other things. I'm just bringing you the summary. So the transactions, it would be over 80,000 transactions per second. Imagine how many transactions would be in a day, in an hour, in a minute, right? So it's going to be like crazy big. And the volume is already there, in my opinion, because there's already 20 million live wallet. So they're doing, they're going to be involved with. There's 60 million based on company's announcement. There's 60 million wallets already. But let's say I have 2 wallets. You have 3 wallets. The other, your sister has 8 wallets. Your siblings has 10 wallets, right? They estimating 20 million individual wallets. It's already there. So the volume is already there, right? So this is just a summary. Again, thank you all for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the ring bell to notify when I upload a new video and talk about other opportunities. My link to get in touch with me through the Telegram channel is already in the comment section below. You could click on join to my Telegram channel, and I'm talking about other platforms in my Telegram, as well as if you want to get involved into this fintoch, I'm going to put my link over here down below in the comment section to get involved with fintoch if you wish to enjoy the ride. It's a pleasure to be able to bring incredible platforms to you guys, to help you guys to increase your portfolio, diversify, and potentially earn an additional stream of income. Just again, nothing on my channel is a financial advice nor the legal advice. It's just for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nobody is responsible for your profit or loss except you yourself. Don't over leverage yourselves. Invest as much as you can afford to lose. Thank you for watching, and see you at the top.